The 22nd of this month out at Blossom. All the tickets, the info, everything else you might want, you can go to livenation.com. You'll get my last pair this week. Caller 10. Good luck. 2 for the Offspring. 216-578-1007 or 800-348-1007.
What feels great to do is absolutely free, can be done by yourself, and yet no one ever mentions it.
It's the Alan Cox Show
on the Buzzard.
WMMS.
I forgot Poundcake had to get a winner. I would have loved to have gotten his take on this song. Mary knows who this is, though.
Yeah. Stevie Nicks.
You're absolutely correct.
It's Fleetwood Mac?
There you go. I knew you had it in you.
Had to get there.
I think Fleetwood Mac's done, though. I don't know what the state of Fleetwood Mac. Of course, Christine McVie died a little bit ago, and so that gets rid of the kind of core of that group. But Mick Fleetwood had a restaurant on Maui, and the whole thing is gone. And it was full of rock and roll memorabilia. It was full of, like, photos that, it was like a rock and roll restaurant that had all kinds of stuff on it. It's called, they had Fleetwood's General Store in there. They had a drum kit of his. Sammy Hagar has like a rock and roll road trip show, and he went to the restaurant a while ago, and they were kind of going through everything that's there.
Upstairs, we've got handcrafted cocktails, we've got culinary excellence, casual, elegant atmosphere. Down here in the gallery and in the store, it was created a year after the restaurant opened because people wanted to take a little bit of something home. Morrison Hotel Gallery, the first gallery opened up 15 years ago.
Anyway, that whole thing is gone. Mick Fleetwood's Maui restaurant, along with a lot of other things. We heard from our Honolulu bureau chief yesterday and said that they didn't really have too much going on there. But Lahaina, we had a bureau chief in Lahaina, and that town has been just destroyed. That's where Mary had been.
Yeah, when we went whale watching, we went up to Lahaina, and that's where I think they said it's once a year that the whales migrate up there after they have their calves. So they get a ton of tourism from that, and they're whale watching. And the one guy was like, I've had this boat for 57 years and things like that. When I was watching the videos, it's just surreal. Obviously more surreal for the people who live there, but surreal seeing these overview shots. And it's like, that is the exact dock I was on. I was standing there just a couple months ago. The shops that line that street. We had lunch at a super famous seafood place that had been there for 100 years. It's surreal is the only word I can use to describe it, because it's the first place that I've actually been that I've seen completely destroyed.
Right.
It just makes me feel so bad for those people where it's
You've been in these bathrooms here.
They've been not beyond repair, but pretty badly destroyed.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Those bathrooms could use a wildfire blowing through them.
Oh, man.
Yeah, upwards of 60 people now have died out there on Maui. Mick Fleetwood has lived out in Lahaina for several decades. He's been there a long, long time. I don't know what the state of his actual home is, but the restaurant's been there about 10 years, and it's completely gone.
They're still burning?
That I don't know.
That's what I'm trying to find right now.
I don't know about that. If they've moved up the coast or, I don't know. Jeremy Renner had a home there. I don't know if he currently does, but I know he did. So all the celebrities that had homes on Maui, you could tell, were kind of posting things to.
It's just crazy, man. These people where their homes are destroyed, their shops, their businesses, it's gone. Yeah. Everything you've had your whole life. Obviously, it's a tourism-driven place, that Lahaina specifically, but at the same time, it's like you don't have a house anymore. It's just so crazy.
And you're not on the mainland. You have to find a way to get back here, and then what the hell do you do? I mean, if it's a crazy situation. How was your conference room stand-up?
It's fine. It was exactly fine. It was exactly what I thought it was going to be. No mic, no podium, 25 people, whatever. Good amount of money.
What was the organization? Was it bankers?
It was like a marketing firm.
Yep.
I don't know if I should say their name. I mean, I don't have anything bad to say about them, but yeah, it was like their annual employee meeting that they had, and they had a luncheon and all that stuff. And then I did 35 minutes of stand-up in a conference room.
35 minutes, but it felt like twice that long.
Dude, when you are doing, well, okay, so this group wasn't that bad because they were like kind of like, hey, like, let's make fun of Jim. You know what I mean? So it was kind of like a mix of.
Jim's a piece of crap.
Well, the thing is, when you get.
Everybody hates Jim.
When you get.
Jim, why don't you just die?
When you get into situations like that, and sometimes people will pull you aside and be like, oh, hey, say something about my boss. And I'm like, oh, I got to say anything about your boss. But when it's like a small amount like that, all you have to do is make like an off comment, like, Jim knows what I'm talking about, and everybody loses their mind. But yeah. Easy
Child
money.
porn, am I right, Jim?
Not that. I don't know if their HR guy was there or not, but.
Let you check your hard drive, Jim.
Let's see that MacBook. Fire up your incognito.
Jim always looks like he just got bit by a spider, if you know what I mean.
Oh.
Walking around
Is
the
that
office.
painful for you, or?
Is that okay?
Is that
Priapism?
Anchorman? When he's got that, Mr. Burgundy, you have a massive erection.
For the people asking, there is no footage of Jenny's boobs on our glass. So
The imprints are there.
Yeah, the imprints are there. It happened
video,
like
but it happened real fast.
Yeah,
and
she
it's
did
not-
it about 10 seconds before we were back on the air. So.
And I can't really make anything out of it, and just shouldn't say, hey, post this somewhere.
Yeah,
Correct.
so
That's
like
right. She was just doing it for the tickets, and if you're going to be on the boat with us, maybe you can meet her. We'll put her behind like a stanchion or something.
Okay, who's this? Oh,
What?
this music. Do you know this guy?
He's not going to know this.
I don't know this. This just sounds
No.
like elevator music.
It was very famous in the 60s.
Yeah, no idea.
Is it Dizzy Gillespie?
It's not, no. It's a guy who started his own record label that became very, very famous.
What was the
Run
girl
DMC.
that I used to date called it Herbert Hoover and the Windchime Kids or something like that?
Herbert Hoover and the Windchime Kids. No, Herb
Herb
Alpert.
Alpert.
And the Tijuana Brass. This was one of the best-selling albums of all time.
Cream and other delights.
1965, this comes out, and it's got this just gorgeous woman on the cover. It's a very, very famous cover of this woman who's completely naked, except she's covered in whipped cream.
Like a bikini or just
No, here's the album cover. I'll show you in the live stream here. You'll see it. It's not very
Herb
big, but
Alpert?
Herb Alpert, and of course he started A&M Records. I'm sorry.
It's
Oh, she is just
Yep.
covered.
Yeah, she just covered.
fantastic album. I have a bunch of his albums.
I have that one too. That's one that like everybody had back in the day because
Mm-hmm.
of all those like really everything on there is a song that you kind of
You've
recognize
heard because it's like game show. It became
And
yeah,
it is
that's
show
what it
music.
sounded
Yeah.
like.
right, and it is kind of
And I love it.
elevator music too.
Yeah. But that's my when I'm cooking or cleaning, I love or like especially getting ready, like if someone's coming over and
You
like
like
we're
this?
having
Puts him in,
drinks,
puts him in a good
it's
mood.
the best.
Yeah.
It's the best.
'Cause it's
This-
like-
this background music rules.
It's like cocktail hour
Yeah.
music. It's not
It's
offensive.
like nothing.
No, it's great.
No, it's not. Do you get what I'm saying, though? It's
That's
like
what I
you
mean.
said,
It's
there's not
inoffensive.
really
Yeah.
anything. It is. It's kind of jingly.
Yeah.
I would dance to this at Giant Eagle if it were on.
But if it's
yeah.
just lightly on in the background,
Yeah,
you got it on the hi-fi before the key party.
the keyboard.
You're doing okay.
You heading over to Red and Kitty Foreman's for a little get together
For a couple of pops. But yeah, every song on here is just fantastic. The Bittersweet Samba is pretty good.
Now he didn't create this. Are there any lyrics ever?
No.
So
Not
on
in this album.
Not on this album.
No.
A couple of the later ones have some lyrics, but this one's all instrumental. But I
Yeah.
like the instrumental stuff.
I like
Some are-
instrumental blues a lot. But
Yeah.
did he create this with the intent of selling it as game show music, or
No.
just
No, this was
this was
this
the
was
music?
hot. this is in the
top
60s.
40s.
This was like because you have to remember too, back then you hadn't heard music like this.
You hadn't heard music that wasn't American music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like
yes,
this is very like Spanish and islandy kind of music. Like so it's got a lot of vibes that weren't really around yet.
Yeah. But he founded A&M Records with Jerry Moss, and that was a very, very famous record company. I don't think it's around anymore, but it was on that. And Lemon Tree is a great song, too. But you can just put it on in the background, right? Now, again, I don't know. I don't think it's like banging music. It's, you know how some people have a weird idea
playlist?
of what sex playlist is? Yeah.
Who produces Calliope music?
What?
Calliope music.
I've never.
What do you mean produces Calliope?
Like
Riverboats produce Calliope music.
Is there a business
Music
for?
boxes? I don't know.
I would say, is there a business for people composing Calliope music?
I mean, I don't know how much of a market there is
Is that
for
this?
Calliope
Yeah,
music.
stuff you would hear at like a carnival.
Steam whistles.
Or on a merry-go-round.
Yeah.
I
Right.
learned what Calliope music was from Jeff Z because when we were doing what was it, Country Jam one year, we were closing up. He was playing Calliope music while we were cleaning.
Oh, I remember
And
that.
I said, "What the hell is that?" He said, "You're not down with the Calliope?" I said, "What is it?"
Yeah, I
No.
remember that. Just funny.
He's named after a Greek muse named Calliope.
Yeah, but she
who,
was I thought she was the goddess of poetry.
she
You're thinking of
presided over
Calliope.
poetry, song, and the arts,
Oh,
also known as a steam organ or
Cleveland
calliophone.
steam organ.
That's right. I got a steam organ when it's upwards of 95 degrees out there, Mary.
See, this is what I'd be going crazy.
Game show music.
I'd be
Yeah.
dancing like Mary at this
And
concert.
You do a high kick for this?
Yeah. Yep. If Herb Alpert comes to Blossom, that's what it's going to be. But a lot of people's parents were listening to this and grandparents, and Herb Alpert is still alive. I don't know if he performs at all, but he's still alive. And he was a pretty handsome dude back in the day, too. Love Potion number 9. That was a good one. El Garbanzo. That's another song.
Oh,
That's
this is-
Spanish for the chickpea. What?
This is strip music.
Oh, yeah.
Back then.
Back then, yeah.
You wear your
Mondo
little,
topless.
right. Your little
Yeah.
What was that dude's
tassels.
name?
You got Russ Myers movies.
Russ Myers, yes.
Yeah. Faster Pussycat, Kill, Kill. El Garbanzo and Ladyfingers. Luscious Jackson's version is still better, but Butterball, that's what Poundcake's mom calls them.
People are throwing in their background cooking, cleaning music.
Oh, like what?
Glenn Miller.
The Glenn Miller Orchestra.
Yeah.
Wow, all
Who
right.
Any of these people are.
Moonlight Serenade, is that what people are listening to?
This is like
This
20s.
is, yeah, this is really old.
It's really old, but I do like this too. I do like this.
Pennsylvania 65000.
This is like
I can't go this far back.
No, this is
the
like,
last one though. That's more like the day is over. You already had the sex, and you're just,
And now you're playing old-timey Moonlight
and
Serenade?
now you're just like cuddling on the couch in front of a fire.
If you're smoking
Yeah.
a cigarette, a post-coital cigarette,
Yeah,
this would be
or
pretty
maybe
cool.
a small glass of scotch.
Yeah.
Gosh, hey, what's going on?
A snifter of brandy.
Yeah, a
This guy was
cognac.
only 40 years old when he died.
Who,
He would,
Glenn Miller?
He would live from 1904 to 1944.
How did he die?
I don't know.
He got hit by the Chattanooga Choo-Choo?
Well,
run
on
over.
a foggy afternoon, December
Oh.
15th, he took off from England heading for France, and his plane vanished over the English Channel.
Wow.
Glenn Miller was never seen again.
Wow.
So that's interesting.
I mean, I don't know how I would have known that, but I've never heard that before. That's wild.
I'm being told Pennsylvania
Fuel-
65000 is the go-to. This is Kaylee saying that this is
Pennsylvania
hers.
65. That's where the movie Transylvania 65000 got its name.
So this says the plane was flying low because of poor visibility. It was foggy. And then the fuel lines froze, the engine stopped,
No.
and then it plunged into the water.
Ironically, wasn't he an airman? Wasn't he in the Air Force?
I don't know.
Death.
That I don't
Oh,
know.
boy,
Yeah,
look
I
at
like
that.
this.
Dude,
I'm
this
down
is
with this.
crazy. To date, not a single trace of the musician or the aircraft has ever been discovered. How do we not talk about this? Is there
'Cause it
probably some?
happened-
We don't have a lot of Glenn Miller conversations on the show.
I was like, is there some 8-part series, a podcast on
And
the Glenn
also-
Miller disappearance?
Happened
80 years ago.
80 years ago, when there was other things going on in the 40s.
It says it remains one of the greatest mysteries in aviation history. That's crazy.
Wow. That's wild.
Was that our friend that just walked by? I think Brittany just walked by. Cardwell.
I wasn't paying attention.
Anyway, there's some of your big Glenn Miller hits. What are other people giving you?
Well, she wants you to play "In the Mood" by Glenn Miller.
Glenn Miller in the Mood. Okay. Yeah. Glenn Miller in the Mood. That's a very, very famous Glenn Miller song.
Oh, I know this.
Yeah.
This is an Elf.
This is like a Home Alone sequel song or something. Yeah.
I was like, I think this is an Elf for sure.
I think they even played this on Ghost Ship before they started killing people.
Before the cable slices everyone in half?
Yeah.
Yeah, because that was set in the 20s, right?
I guess.
Ghost Ship.
Now,
What a pull, Cody.
Now
that was a good one.
But the fun of these songs is making up your own lyrics.
Oh, give us some.
Oh, I don't know. I'm in the mood, in the mood. I don't know. It's called In the Mood, Do some cocaine. Let's do cocaine about it. I've got some problems. Yeah, well, anyway, there you go. So, but I'll always
I love
go
stuff
for the
like
Herb
that
Alpert.
because there is no lyrics. I don't need any lyrics. I'm not a lyrics guy.
Right.
So I love that stuff.
I don't need Glenn Miller's voice, whatever that was, gumming up the works.
Are there any contemporary artists that do just instrumentals?
Sure, Explosions in the Sky. And
I mean, that's what I was talking about a couple months ago. All the
Carlos
lo-fi hip-hop that I like is
You
instrumental stuff.
Carlos Santana does just audio, or not audio.
Yeah, he does instrumentals.
He doesn't sing?
No, he's a guitar player.
No, his catalog is not all instrumental.
Not all of it, but he's got plenty.
This says Enya, Yanni, Kitaro.
Yeah. Enya. I had an Enya phase for 1 month in college, right?
I type in contemporary.
We listen to this and have some scotch. I'll end up in ya.
Yeah.
Enya, where the knight's headed.
Uh-huh.
Is this Enya?
Yeah, she was in some big Gaelic band, and she broke off to go solo and ended up selling like tens of millions of records. But early '90s, like when I was working like for smooth jazz radio, there was a lot of Enya and stuff like that.
She lives in like a huge castle in
France she does
right?
in Ireland, I
In
think.
Ireland.
Yeah.
All right, tell me
Big
if any
castle.
of this means anything to you. Animals as leaders.
Oh, they're awesome.
I just typed in
were just
instrumental
here.
artists.
Oh, they're so good. You'd
Scale
love
to
Animals.
Summit.
Let me hear some of that.
Animals as leaders.
I want to finish
Animals
Enya.
as leaders.
Mary
I
will
also
hate it, but
I
I
like
love
that concept as well. Let's let the animals take the wheel for a while.
Have you ever read the book
Yes.
Animal House?
Yes.
That's what it is.
That was the pigs.
Yeah, the pigs are going to turn
Her
into
net
Stalin.
worth is $150 million.
He went right for the net worth.
Of
Yeah.
course.
Oh, he did.
I know. Yes, he did. Animal. I'm trying to think of what's the great album from them with some good stuff for you.
Let me see.
Oh, Tooth and
Discography?
Claw. That's a great Animal as Leaders song.
This is a different feeling.
This is very different.
Tosin Abasi is the guitarist, and he's awesome. They're all great.
This is like Dream Theater-esque.
Kind of, yes.
I don't hate it
It's just such a harsh switch.
from what we were listening. From Enya.
Yeah.
Glenn Miller Orchestra.
Oh, we rejoin with this.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, I used Tooth and Claw. Used to. Yeah. Brian probably digs these guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This isn't bad.
What was the other one? Animals as Leaders. What was the other one? You
Oh,
read
no,
off?
I lost it. Hold on.
That's all right. I got a break anyway. Yeah, I think they just came through, or they're coming through, or something.
Mary, Animal Farm, not Animal House.
You know Animal House where the pigs are Stalin.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what you said?
Where
Animal
the
House?
pigs are on double secret probation.
Yeah. I gave my love a cherry.
Oh, God. Listen, I'm on cold medicine, okay? I can't be in charge of focusing right now.
Did we give up when the Germans bombed Pearl Harbor? Okay, let me break. Hey, you want to join us for the Alan Cox Show cruise? We're going back out in the Nautica Queen in a couple of weeks, the afternoon of the 26th, for Captain Fun's Floating Fandango. So if you want to win your way on that doesn't require you pushing the girls up on our window like Jenny did, I'll give away a pair coming back here. 35192 and a text for anything else, and we'll be back.
The Alan Cox Show on 100.7 WMMS. And everywhere you go on our free iHeartRadio app. An aquatic event 4 years in the making. Finally, the Alan Cox Show welcomes you back